Hello everyone and welcome back to WolfQuest, where we are playing with Badger and Ember on Unforgiving Ironwolf. And yeah, this is the part that really scares me because we've just had our pups. They are gonna be a handful. I have a feeling we are gonna have to be so very careful with them, and I'm very worried because we are gonna have to be making sure that we are hunting regularly and bringing back enough food for them, and we're probably also gonna have to steal some of this territory here. We probably should get working on that sooner rather than later and head down this way. So this could be an interesting run. Peril waits just around the corner for us, and we are gonna have to be so very, very careful. Hopefully Ember will come with us. I don't think I want to be out patrolling alone, and I certainly don't want to be trying to hunt alone, so we'd better have her come with and just risk the affinity, I think. I'm gonna steal just a little bit of territory here, because this hex at a close scent post. There's an elk herd here. This might be the one we are smelling on the way, so we might want to take advantage of that to do a hunt as well. I didn't realize we were so close. I'm a little scared about hunting, but there should still be some weak elk during this season, so hopefully it won't be as bad. We'll just make sure we get this marked. That's just Ember howling, I think. Hopefully, but let's see if we can go ahead and first of all get our rally in, but then maybe find... Are they over here? Oh, they're right here. Okay, okay. Can we scare these guys into running this way? We want to be careful with Ember because she is very, very bold. She might be a little bit feisty with them. Can we get them to run? Ember, please be careful. Can we get these guys to run ideally back into our territory? That'd be the best case scenario here. This is probably a very bad idea, yeah, because she's pretty full. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. We got them running at least. Yeah, sometimes you really do have to bite to get them to actually scare. And are they gonna go back into our territory? Yes, somebody's fallen here. Is she weak? She's very weak. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. As long as we can continue to get in bites, let's try to get a throat bite. We should be good. 53 damage per hit is not bad. We do quite a lot on this difficulty too, I think. It's just that everything else does a lot of damage to us as well. But there we go. We'll probably try to come back to this carcass if it's still available, because the less we have to worry about hunting, the better, the less damage we're going to be taking. But all things considered, that went pretty well. Oh, there is a den right over here. We just claimed this hex. Maybe this is the one that I was thinking of, because if we look at our map here, yeah, okay, so I think the one that we got was going to be the best option for what we have, because it's still pretty far this way, but it's, I think, the farthest back towards the corner. Okay, we made it back very, very cautiously. It wasn't a very long trip. We will make sure we give these guys a little food, though, because they are a bit hungry again. The affinity was definitely the big concern there, but that's just because we had both of us away from the den. That won't be as bad in future years, most likely. Let's make sure, did they... Well, they're eaten. They should be fine. Just spend a little bit of time with them, try to get the affinity up, and then I think we'll try to get some rest. I'm not going to worry about using our full sleep meter each time because, again, like I think especially on these harder difficulties, the more time you can spend resting, the better. Like the more you don't have to be out doing risky things, it's going to be better for you in the long run. Okay, I'm gonna send these guys in the den. I am so paranoid, like this is an unparalleled level of paranoia for me. We'll send these guys back in the den because we're gonna have to head out again. They're at about 80% hunger, so it's not terrible, but definitely could be better as well. Okay, and it looks like that Soda Butte does have their home hex right here, which is definitely closer to our territory than I'd like, but hopefully that means that they will back off. I don't think that Pollock's Peak has a home hex. Like, we haven't met that pack, so we don't know how they're doing, but they might be in a bit of trouble if that's how their pack composition is looking. They might not have pups this year, which could mean that the pack is struggling just a little bit. Now, I think we're gonna, first things first, head back to our existing carcass, because with 2 wolves, there is a chance that we're gonna be able to reuse some stuff, but we'll see. I want to start continuing to chip away at marking some of the territory here, keeping our buffer up. I really hope that Soda Butte does not den this close next year, but there's not really a lot we can do about it unless they start crossing into our territory, because I have a feeling we are going to get den attacks. I don't know when, but I have a feeling it will happen, and when it does, that is probably going to be... if we're not too busy fighting for our lives, we're probably going to want to try to deal some damage to them. Okay, what is this? Just a coyote? We should be fine. I think it's even just a single coyote, which shouldn't hopefully be too hard of a fight. He might be a little stubborn, but that's not gonna go well for him if he doesn't back off here. But as long as there's not anything more hazardous on our carcass, yeah, this should be plenty for us to eat from a second time. The more we can do this, the better, because the less risks we're gonna have to take in a hunt. I know I'm playing extremely cautiously, but considering how bad of a spiral we were even able to see in Ultra Ironwolf, I have a feeling that Unforgiving is going to be even more challenging, and like if this goes well, maybe we'll have to see about doing Unforgiving Ultra Ironwolf, which would be a whole new ball game. But I'd like to bring back a bigger meat chunk if I can. Sometimes it doesn't give you the biggest ones. I guess this is, well, I don't think this carcass is going to be here for another day, so I think we'll see if we can get just the biggest chunk we can. There we go. And a piece of spine. That should be good. Whoa, this is a bison herd. What the heck? Okay, let's... No, Ember. Ember, I know that there are bison... little bison babies. Okay. But I just want this scent post. That was a little surprising. Huh. I guess these guys have their babies pretty early in the year. Honestly, that could make them a good source of food. But it's also a big risk. I'm not sure that we want to do that. And I think at this time of the year, there's the dispersal wolves here. I think at this time of year, there's usually weak enough cow elk that we don't have to super worry about it. So I think we'll just mark our territory up here. I'm trying to just expand into this area a little bit. I think if bison are going to be useful to us in this challenge at all, it's going to probably be during growing pups when the elk are very, very strong. But I guess even then they do have their babies, so we'll see. We'll see if we ever have a need to prey on bison. I'm not sure that Badger and Ember will, at the very least. Alright, we made it back safely again. I went ahead and just marked some of this territory too, because I think we're going to be wanting to be a little overzealous with it. Like, I don't want to give it the chance to decay to the point where other packs might want to do hex invasions, and I think we're probably going to want to try to maintain a pretty large territory as the years go by to try and give us more of a space buffer from our den, and make it so that if a hex invasion does happen, it's not a big deal if we opt not to fight it, because right now we have so few hexes that failing to defend them could be a bit of an issue. If we end up not wanting to pick a fight, we're going to have to worry about reclaiming them right away. So with a larger territory, you have a little bit more give and take in that regards, and I have a feeling that that might be something that ends up being prudent for us. But it looks like we are at maximum affinity right now, and the pups are no longer hungry, so we're going to go ahead and let these guys get a little bit of rest and see what the next day brings. I don't know when attacks are going to start up, but it's definitely a worry of mine, because I imagine they're going to be pretty scary. And I just remember how scary the bear attacks were with Maple and the Lakeshore pack. Alright, well, it's pretty dark out, but I'm going to send the pups in the den here. I don't think there's any trouble, though. It seems like things are fine. That should be okay. And dawn is breaking. You know, dawn on Amethyst Mountain is always such a lovely time. You are supposed to be back in the den. What are you doing? Go back in the den. Go back in the den, you guys. Come on. Come on, we gotta go hunt. Goodness sakes. Alright, I hope that they are gonna continue to go back in the den for real this time. Let's bring Ember with us. Yeah, it looks like 86M, the troublemaker, is indeed gonna head back inside. Oh, maybe we'll get a good view of the sunrise here. Now, we did get a notification that the elk herds are moving to higher elevations. There is a bison herd that we smell, though. I hope that doesn't impact our ability to find food. Oh, it looks like it hasn't. Okay, I think there is an elk herd right up here, because the carcass that we found, or that we were eating from last time, I think has been used up, and I did try to bring back a meat chunk from it, but I think we must have lost it somewhere along the way. So hopefully this time we can actually get one of those. Alright, which way do we want them to run? We'll just have to be a little careful no matter where they go, and hopefully the hunt ends soon. Ember, be cautious. Don't go charging in. We got an elk down. Oh, and she's weak again. Good, good, good. All right, we have been getting very, very lucky. I think at this time of year, a lot of the elk just are quite weak after the long winter. Oh, and look at Ember's happy little playbow of excitement. Oh, yeah. I really do love Ember. I've gotten more attached to her than you know, it's not that I don't want to be attached to our wolves in this, but I'm so scared that some of them are gonna die. And I think it's really gonna break my heart if we lose Ember, and it's definitely not off the table. We do have mate permadeath on. We have mate permadeath on, but we have all forms of RNG off. I don't usually turn those on, and this playthrough is no exception. We're gonna be, I think, struggling enough with just trying to survive. I think it's still gonna be a challenge in and of itself, and even just the pups being sick as a whole is definitely no picnic with how slow they get. Oh, there's a Wilbur here. I don't know if this pack would know too much about Wilbur, but we certainly do. And maybe he'll enjoy those meat chunks that we're leaving behind. We'll take this one with us and hopefully not drop it somewhere unforeseen along the way. And we've made it back again. We've brought some food. The pups can't eat that meat chunk, but that'll help us get more food once we've fed them. And so far, not too much has happened. That said, I have a feeling that this tentative peace is not gonna last a whole lot longer, all things considered. Usually there is a brief respite before anything finds the den, but it doesn't last all that long, and I imagine that we are probably starting to near its end. And in fact, I hear an eagle, which is a little bit of a worry in its own right. Those attacks are probably going to be pretty scary on this difficulty. But with that, I think we are going to go ahead and leave this off here for today, because it is getting to be about that time again. The pups are around 8 pounds-ish, so not going to be ready to leave for the rendezvous for a bit, but they are well on their way. With that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.